enough crying, enough being sad, enough saying tomorrow. Start now with what you have. Start. No matter how small it is. Get the knowledge. Put yourself out there. Work towards the goal.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of Transform and Talk with me, Tanisha. So today's topic is start where you are with what you have. So this particular saying encourages action and making the most out of your current circumstances. It tells us not to wait on the perfect, ideal conditions, but to utilize the resources that we already have and begin to apply them towards progression when it comes to our goals. Starting where we are with what we have is us simply taking the time out to embrace the present, the very moment that we are in now. It is us utilizing the skills and the talents that we have at this present time. We are not focused on the lack. We are not focused on what could be. We are not focused on what another individual have. We are taking the time out to focus on what is in front of us now, the skills that we have now, the talents that we have now, the now. Even if what you or me have now is just small, real little, that is still enough for us to get started. We need to understand that we will not have perfection. What we have is time. What we do with that time matters. And we must understand and to take into consideration that over time, we will get better. Everything will not start out exactly how we want it to be, exactly how we see things in the future, but we can work our way to get there. You cannot get there if you don't start. If you all have noticed, things are really changing. People are building platforms from everywhere. Look at me for an example. Today I got in my car, and that is to show you that what you really need is yourself and your voice. I want you to understand that you are the real gem here. You are the skills, you are the talents. Everything that you would like to see manifest comes from the inside of you. So I want you to know that you are the main and key ingredient when it comes to your success. It's one thing to want to have all this high-tech equipment, but I want you to understand you don't really need it. You can gradually work your way to it, but you don't really need it. People are becoming millionaires from their phones, iPhones, Androids, and then of course, you have Sony cameras, etc., etc., etc. You have people becoming wealthy, again I say, from their phones, from being inside of their cars, from their couch, from their bed, from their kitchen table, from their floor. The moral of it all, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to believe in yourself. I want you to understand again that you are the main and primary focus when it comes to your success, because it all comes from you. What you do with your skills and your talents is what matters. That is what's going to get you to where you need to be. It's the work that you put in. It's the time that you dedicate to making your dreams come true. Understand, in life, you do not need to compare yourself to anybody else, because your journey is your journey and their journey is their journey. God may have you going one route while he has another individual going in a totally different direction from you. And that doesn't mean that their route is better than yours or yours is better than theirs. It just means that that is the way that they had to go, and the way that you had to go is the way that God saw fit. There is no comparison. So let me encourage you to stay focused, to take the time out to really disregard what anybody's opinion is as far as how you're starting, and what it is that you have. Don't let anybody try to make you feel inferior because maybe they're doing the same thing that you're doing and they have progressed further because maybe they've been doing it longer than you, or maybe they just invested in better resources. It is okay. Don't get caught up on aesthetics. Again, I'm in my car, y'all. I'm in my car today. I have backgrounds. I have lighting. I have different cameras. I have a lot of different equipment, but I am choosing to use my phone and I'm in my car and then normally I'm in my house just sitting on the step. And that is because I want to show you all that you can start where you are with what you have. So again, don't get caught up on the aesthetics. I'm in my car. I'm not even dressed for real today. I threw on a t-shirt on purpose. I don't really have on any makeup for real. My lashes are done. My eyebrows are done, and my lashes have some mascara on it, and I have on Carmex. I don't really get caught up in the aesthetics of things, like trying to look a certain way and present myself a certain way. Like, no, I'm just showing up authentically who I am. However, I will say there is going to be a switch up, but I had to start where I was with what I had at the moment, because this was preordained by God just to come and get to this moment so that I can encourage someone to start where you are with what you have, okay? You can do this. You got it. All right, y'all, moving on. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video. It is greatly appreciated. We are about to get further into the video. And as always, prayers and blessings.
I don't think I'm ready to begin. I'm not good enough yet. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Start where you are with what you've got. And the point is to start. I think people set their eyes on someone, they set their eyes on something, and they want that, but they don't understand that it means for you to start where you are, which is in your crust, which is in your dust, which is in your immaturity, your immaturity, and continuing to, and being okay with that.
Not special. I am not special in any way whatsoever. Thing is, there's a myth that's been told to everybody, is that you either have it or you don't. Anybody out there who's listening, you know, you really have to start small and continue, but it's not about how special you are and internal, and you know, now everyone has their own desires, but if you have a desire, you can do it. You can do it. You just have to start where you are and keep going.
Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start with all your insecurities. Start with what you already know. Start moving towards the goal. Start and make mistakes. Start small. Start now.
Don't wait for everything to be perfect to start. Like, you can really just literally start with what you have.
Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Remember that in life, no one cares about where you are. No one cares about your circumstances, your problems, or your issues. The only person that can deal with that is yourself. In order to overcome this adversity, you need to face this one-on-one with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you need to make a change for yourself and no one else, because no one is coming to save you. You can't manifest success if you don't put in the work. Once again, I'm going to emphasize this. Listen, your family or your friends might care about you, but in general, they don't care about what happens to you, because it's up to you to actually make a change in your life. You could be a lazy loser and they'll still like you, but that doesn't mean that you'll be happy and you'll be fulfilled. So make a choice, make a decision, and change your life for the better, because no one's coming to save you.
Do the best you can with what you have and decide that it is good enough. And I know that that's easier said than done, more so the second part about deciding it is good enough. But that's something you really do have to decide, because I don't want you over here feeling like your reality is insufficient. Because you start viewing your reality as insufficient, and before long you start viewing yourself as that way, and it is just this really negative, like, trickle down effect. You don't need to get caught up in comparing yourself to all these people and the resources they have versus the resources that you don't have, and like how much more you would do if you had XYZ. I get it. You probably very practically could do more if you had more. That's real. But you don't have nothing right now. So what are you doing with the something that is in front of you? Because that does matter. I feel like it is impossible to commit to faithfulness and think that you will see zero progression. It just doesn't happen. You're not going to tell me that you're going to commit to being faithful and disciplined and diligent in any area and that you're not going to see any movement along the way, because you for sure will. And if you've been living life that way, you likely already have. It may not be as quick or as grand in appearance as you would like it to be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't matter. So stop discrediting where you're at and stop holding it up in comparison to everybody else's life. Like, their life is their life and yours is yours. Love yours. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. People's lives are quite literally pushed at us every day. And so, you know, you almost live sometimes in this mode of aspirational where it's like, you could feel happy until you get on the internet and you see somebody else happy, and now all of a sudden you're wondering just how happy you are. That does not have to be you. Although it's easy and understandable as to how that can happen, it does not have to be you. So, you know, you don't always have to buy something new, be wearing something new, be reviewing some new products. And I get it, that may be a little more challenging depending on your niche, but like, if you can't afford the high level of consumerism or the appearance of something always new, then showcase your faithfulness to the things that you do have. Like, I'm one of those people who I believe that there is still beauty to be found in the mundane, and even if you feel like the masses aren't catching on, you still need to do what you need to do, and just know that who it's meant for, it'll be meant for.
Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Let me say that again. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment, stop. You don't need a full plan, all the answers, or even full confidence. You need a start. That small move you've been thinking about, that's enough. Real growth comes from momentum, not motivation. So today, take the first step. Even if it's messy, even if it's small, forward is forward.
Right here, accept your starting line. You start from where you are, not where you want to be. I get it. I should be further along. I want to be further along. I should be where that person or this person is, or where I used to be. But if you get hung up on the distance between where you and where you want to start, you're never gonna start. The only obstacle between you and your goals is time and mental endurance. You start from where you are. Take the first step. Let's go. Live inspired.
Hey, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. I know it's people out there that's saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you coming up with all these damn excuses talking about, well, I ain't got this, I ain't got that, da-da-da-da-da. Cut the bullshit. I ain't trying to hear it no more. I'm here to motivate you, to tell you, get off your ass, like I always say, and work with what you got. You can only do what you can, right? So if you really want to do this, then you will get off your ass and stop making excuses and use what you got, do what you can. Do it. Like Nike, just do it, goddammit. And I'm here to motivate you, like I always say. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for. The Spirit came through me and told me, Sierra, yeah, me. Get off your ass and use what you got and do what you can. And that's why I'm here right now talking to you, because the Spirit came through me to talk to you. Yeah, you motherfucker. So I'm here to let you know, use what you got, do what you can. Start where you at. Damn. If you want it that bad, you will do that. So I'm just here to tell you, work what you got. Hey, we can only do what we can, right? That's all we can do. So if you call yourself trying to do something, I recommend that you start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Peace.
I'ma just speak. I don't know who's struggling with making do what you have, or who's waiting for this, that, and the third. Baby, this is your confirmation. This is your word. Somebody is wanting, I'm feeling a business, but that's not very helpful because millions of people start a business every day. But whoever wants to start that business, do it. Stop waiting for you to have this place, or to have that camera, or to have this background, or to have this laptop. Make do with that Windows computer you have. Wait to get that MacBook. Let me tell you something, because okay. God is saying, like, it's something about starting with what. Ooh, come on, Holy Spirit. I love when it happens. God is saying y'all are gonna appreciate it more when y'all start with what you have. And I'm having a feeling like it's not just about businesses and stuff. I don't know. It's something. I don't know what I'm missing. But basically, God is saying, like, start with what you have, because you'll appreciate when you see how far you've grown. Like, yes, if you have the money to go do this, that, and the third, if by all means do it. But if you're one of those, don't feel like you need to go do this. You have to have this. You need to wait till this moment. Oh, I'm gonna start in the new year because I missed my time. No. You start immediately.
Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. What you do for God may seem small and insignificant at the time, but God rejoices in what is right, not necessarily in what is big. The size of the job is far less important than the size of your faith. Be faithful in the small opportunities. Begin where you are and do what you can, and leave the results to God.
Hey y'all, real quick, I want to stop by and say, start with what you have right now. If you don't use what you got right now because you waiting on what you want to have, what you have right now is going to waste. So many opportunities, so many things are passing you by because you waiting to have more. Don't wait until you have it all together. You don't have to have it all together to start. I used to think that I needed a certain amount of money. I just used to think that I needed a certain thing to start. And while I was waiting, so many other things was pulling me so many other ways. So many other things and opportunities was passing me by. And I was just wasting what I had because I was so focused on what I didn't have and what I needed to get started. When all along I didn't need nothing but what I have right now. You start and God will do the rest. You start and the rest gonna come. Start with what you have right now.
Do what you can with what you have where you are. I love that quote because it's so true. When you're swiping on TikTok, you're gonna see the perfect day, the perfect morning routine, the perfect workout. You're gonna see lots of people doing mad things, including myself. And one of the first things that comes to a lot of people's minds is, should I be doing that? Should I be adopting that? And the answer is no. You might not be in a position to do what other people are doing. Some people don't have kids. Some people do have kids, so they have to have these weird routines around what it is that they're doing. What you need to figure out is what you need to do to make yourself healthier, happier, fitter and stronger. And a lot of the time it's just starting out and getting into a very simple, basic routine. Because once you start getting the benefit from doing 1 or 2 things a day that might only take you 5 to 10 minutes, then you're going to instill confidence with yourself to be able to do a little bit more and a little bit more. So when you next start to get overwhelmed by looking at all these amazing TikToks with people of all these weird and wonderful routines, don't feel like you need to do it yourself. Do what you can with what you have where you are.
Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. That is the quote I would like to share with you guys today. I think it is a good thing to dwell on and a good way to live. Start where you currently are. If you're trying to set out on a journey or you're trying to achieve a goal or something big, obviously there are many steps, lots of work that will need to go into achieving your goal. Don't talk yourself out of doing something before you even start it. Start where you are. Take little, eat the elephant in bite-sized chunks. You don't have to start big. You don't have to, when you start out, you're not expected to start out already halfway there towards your goal. Just start where you are, use what you currently have, and do everything you can, and just keep moving forward.
No, this is to say for all the people that are holding off creating content and they are like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this camera, DJI Pocket, the Sony, all of them, all the trendy, cameras. That's not going to make you more consistent. Consistency is built when you use what you have already. Once you have that momentum, for example, you're using your smartphone, you've got that momentum already, you can switch swiftly. But if you're holding off creating content and you're like, when I get that camera, I'm going to be like on it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you're going to be so surprised when you get it and you just don't do anything with it. Don't wait. If you really want to do something, just use what you have and then make that swift transition to the next gadget, because it's okay to like nice things. I like nice things. I love gadgets. I love videography. I love all of that. But work with what you have.
So this is a friendly reminder. Not all big ideas come from big places. It's the little wins in between that allow you to get to those places. You have to realize that the most successful companies that we know of have started out of a garage, started at a desk in the corner of a room, or even smaller. But here is your reminder, start where you currently are, because as you grow, your ideas will grow, your expansions, your endeavors into your ultimate idea of what you want this idea to grow into will start taking root. That's the important part, because we have a tendency to sit and wait until the bigger picture comes together. But it's the small wins and those small little changes that ultimately lead you to that point. So don't sit and wait anymore. You've got an amazing idea. You have a project you want to start, a business you want to get involved in, or even off the ground. Start where you are. That's all that matters. Have a good day, guys.
Start where you are with what you have. Start where you are with what you have. In order for you to be great, you just have to start. How can you achieve something if you don't start it? How can you change something if you don't start it? How can you overcome something if you don't start it? Whatever situation, whatever circumstance, whatever tool, whatever idea, whatever equipment you have, use it. Here I am. Look, this is my tripod. I set this phone here and I record. I hear if I want to work out, I go down. I do the push-ups. Why? Because I'm focusing on using what I have to move forward, to be in progress. You have a dream, you have a goal, you have an idea. If you wait, I'm waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the money, the equipment, the support, you're not gonna make it. You keep waiting. If I waited for the perfect time, if I waited for the perfect support, you wouldn't be watching this video. The same way I was making videos, that I'm making it now. Do you see a microphone? Do you see the perfect lighting? Do you see? Look where I am. Because I'm focused on using what I have to my advantage. Start where you are with what you have. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the perfect support. Stop waiting for the perfect occasion. Where you are with what you have, use it. If you are in pain, use your pain as motivation to get better. If you are poor, use that as motivation to get rich. If you are hurting, if you are unhealthy, use that as motivation to get healthy. If you have low self-confidence, use that as motivation to have high self-confidence. If you are broke, use that as motivation to get rich. Whatever you are going through right now, you can use it to your advantage. Start where you are with what you have. Because if you start, you can become great. But if you never start, you cannot become great. Start. Full moon. Oh, that's nice. Start. Just start.
Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Waiting for the perfect conditions will only hold you back. You already have what it takes to make progress. You just need to begin. Use your strengths and resources, no matter how small they seem. Every expert started as a beginner, and every journey starts with a single step. Take that step today.
You gotta start looking at your life. It ain't about going to church or mosque or synagogue or hanging on the corner. You got to be a lot more responsible for the life that God gave you than what you're showing right now. Or you're going to pay a price for wasting God's life. He didn't bring you here for you to waste your life away in foolishness. All the gifts and talents that are buried within yourself that you know are there, and you won't use your gifts, use your talent, make excuses for yourself. You won't be an example for your children or for your community. You got to pay for that.
Nobody can tell me that God is not patient.